That's damn fine coffee you got here in
Oppenheimer.
and damn good cherry pie.
Brilliant. I have absolutely no idea what's going on.
I love Christopher Nolan, but I do not love Oppenheimer. And I feel like that comes across as the most controversial opinion to have, because even a thought that goes against the conventional stream, where everyone seems to be praising his work as a masterpiece of cinematic filmmaking, is akin to film critic suicide.
I just realized you insulted me. Now you will die.
This film to me feels like one of those epic movies that has so many A-list stars involved and high levels of production that if you're a part of it, there's not really a space to say, this doesn't seem to be working. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this film is a terrible flop, but it does feel like a waste of potential. The main problem for me is that Oppenheimer switches storylines and scenes as much as a ball in a cup magic trick. Rather than a cohesive narrative detailing the intriguing scientific journey culminating in the atom bomb's inception, we're given a series of people talking intensely in rooms from 3 different timelines. The arc of Strauss's vendetta against Oppenheimer disrupts both the chronology of Oppenheimer's formative years and his later life and career. By choosing to do so, it feels like the story is constantly being interrupted, and it shifts the focus of what this film wants to be. Is it about the science? Is it about Oppenheimer? Or is it about Strauss's vindictive revenge? Or is it about the fear of communism and the ensuing governmental witch hunts? Each idea is interesting in its own right, but when you place them together in such a way that jumps back and forth, you risk confusing the viewer and, more importantly, devaluing what each idea is trying to show. They all can be interesting, but they're all competing against each other for attention instead of working collaboratively to build around a central idea. That's the crux of the problem. Oppenheimer doesn't know what it wants to be. Is it meant to be a character study or a historical dramatization of events? When sequences of intense conversations are layered with booming orchestral scores, it's hard to discern which one it wants to be, let alone to attempt to be both. I feel like after Interstellar and the departure of his brother Jonathan, something feels lacking with the refinement of the narrative in Nolan's films, most clearly evidenced by his previous work, Tenet, which was a complete mess compared to this one.
So close. Ukraine is expecting a passenger.
What was that?
I've never seen a cancellation like this.
We don't know how old it is, but it's the real deal. Speak up! I can't hear you from up there!
Having said all of this, I don't doubt he is a brilliant filmmaker, nor that there aren't great scenes in Oppenheimer that alone are worth the price of admission. But is it too critical to say that he just made an okay film? Or rather, a film that could have been so much more and just wasn't as enjoyable?
Oppenheimer's quote when they detonated the nuclear bomb is one of my favorite quotes ever.
What did he say?
He said he quoted the Bhagavad Gita. They detonated the first nuclear weapon, and he quoted the Bhagavad Gita. He said, "I am become death, destroyer of worlds." That's what he said after the first atomic bomb got detonated.
There was a black guy named Earl Charles who was there when it happened, and he has a famous quote from that very moment. He said, "Shut the fuck up." What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is he talking about?